Hello everyone and welcome to Ethical Hacking Program by Networkers Champ. Okay, my name is Saurabh Tiwari and I'm a cybersecurity expert. And today's induction class will give you a brief and quick overview of ethical hacking, cybersecurity domains, career paths, and a real-time brute force attack a demo using Hydra, which is one of the most popular password cracking tools. Okay, so this is going to be very fun today. Okay. So here, what you're going to know is what is ethical hacking. Okay, what does it actually mean truly? Okay, the career scope and the hacking methodology, and we will end with the practical. Obviously, as I've told you, password cracking demonstration using Hydra. Okay. So first, let's understand what is ethical hacking truly means. Ethical hacking means finding weakness in the system, networks, and application with permission. Okay, if you are doing this with permission, that is ethical. If you are doing without permission, that is unethical. That will be counted in black hat hacker. Okay, which is we are going to discuss later. Okay, you act like a hacker, but your goal is to protect, not to harm. Okay, because why not to harm? Because you are an ethical hacker, then your goal is to protect them, not to harm. Who harm the system and the user? Black hat hackers. Okay, because there are different kinds of different kinds of hackers, different types of hackers. Black hat hackers, which are criminally okay, do the act. White hat hackers, which are ethical hackers, cyber defenders. Okay, and gray hat hacker, which are mischievous in nature. They don't do any malicious thing, but not legal in this. Okay, that means they are between good and bad. They are in the gray area. Okay, that means they do the hacking for fun. Okay, they don't harm anyone, but don't take hacking with permission. Don't do hacking with permission. Okay, so in this course, we'll learn about white hat hack. Okay, obviously white hat hacking we are going to study about. Okay. So why it is important? Because in today's era, all the companies depend on IT infrastructure. If hackers find the vulnerability first, they can cause obviously data theft, okay, financial loss. They can bear some financial losses, privacy breaches, attack. That can be some credentials which have been breached and now all are just surfacing in the internet. That could be a problem circulating in the internet. All the credentials have been leaked, so that could be that could harm the reputation also. So that is reputation damage. Okay. An ethical hacker helps organization to detect and fix vulnerabilities before attackers exploit them. Okay. Let's assume there is an error or there is a vulnerability in that system in an organization, in an institute. Okay. So they hire with high package to the ethical hackers. They hire the hackers who detect the vulnerability and fix the vulnerability before any attacker, any black hat hacker identified that exploit and do the exploitation. Okay, so that's why company hires a lot of ethical hackers. The demand of ethical hackers are now enhancing. Okay, skill now. What's your skill you're going to know after our course, during our course. Okay, throughout this program, you will build skills in networking fundamentals, Linux commands, and bash scripting, penetration testing techniques, password attack, web app hacking, like SQLI injection. Okay, SQLI injection you must have heard of. No, then don't worry. We'll discuss later on. Then access. Okay, that means cross-site scripting. Then client-side request forgery, CSRF, all these things we're going to study. We're going to learn about all the things. Network attacks, how network attacks are performed, what they are. Yeah, Wi-Fi hacking tools will try to Wi-Fi hacking. Okay, we'll know about Metasploit framework. Okay, which is very important, and cloud security basics. But today we are going to do Hydra brute force attack. Okay, in practical, because one class we cannot practical, we do practicals. Okay, of a lots of practical, a lots of topics we can do only one practical. So obviously, as I've told you, career. If I talk about the careers in cybersecurity, so there's a high demand globally. Got it? Huge demand. That means in India and globally, the demand for cybersecurity and professionals are growing rapidly, day by day. Okay, because every company like bank, airline, hospital, e-commerce needs security. Okay, so like 3.5, according to statistics, 3.5 million cybersecurity job vacancies are there globally. Okay, 40% salary growth expected, and high job stability, obviously. So after completing this course, you can prepare for several posts or roles like security analyst, penetration testing. Okay, that is penetration tester means ethical hacker. Okay, security analyst, penetration tester, SOC analyst, bug bounty hunter, red teamer, network security engineer, cloud security specialist. Okay, and the average salary for penetration tester is like varied between 6 to 12 LP. Okay, so around the if talk about the stock analyst, that is about 4 to 4.5 lakh, and up to cloud security engineer can get 15 LPA. Okay, so this is the very salary range and different roles like bug bounty, red team, cloud security, what field you want to go. Okay, so this is the thing. Now let's talk about the ethical methodology, like how attackers do that. What are their foot or print, like what are their blueprint to do the things. Okay, so every ethical hacker follows a standard pen testing methodology. Okay, this ensures a systematic, legal, and professional approach. Why professional and systematic legal? Because we are talking about ethical hacker. Ethical means you have to be legal. Okay. There are some phases, there are some steps, you can say, like reconnaissance, scanning, exploitation, privilege escalation, post exploitation, and all. Okay. Reconnaissance means information gathering. Let's assume you want to, let there's a thief and want to steal something from any house. What they actually do, first they just roam, they walk around the house and society to gather the information which time the owner presents at home, which time owner is not there, which time, what is the timing of the owner who goes to office, okay, and what timing that people are not around in the home, okay. So from 5 to 10 days, he just gathers all the information by looking all these things. This is called reconnaissance, just to gathering information. Okay. So here we collect public information about the target, obviously. So domain information, IP information, IP address, and open ports, which ports are open to whom, where we can release our payloads, we can do our exploitation for open ports, we can exploit that open ports. Okay. And email IDs, employees, and server details. Okay. Our tools use obviously who is NS lookup, the harvester, Nmap, and OSINT. These are some tools which can be used for reconnaissance. Now, scanning and enumeration. Obviously, after getting information, we scan the target to find vulnerabilities. Now, here's the actual thing. Scanning and enumeration, we find the weakness, we find the vulnerability in that system or in that target. Okay. So, post like port scanning is the service detection, identifying weak services, enumerating usernames and directories. Okay, Dicto, Nessus, and Map are the tools to enumerate and scan. Okay, now third is exploitation. If we talk about exploitation, means this is the actual where the attacking phase, where we exploit the vulnerabilities, we exploit the weakness of the system. Okay, now exploitation is you can also predict the attacks, obviously, like SQL injection, okay, weak passwords, file upload vulnerability, okay, remote code execution. All these things are examples of exploitation. What type of exploitation could be there? Okay, like here. Okay, so now fourth step is privilege escalation. Privilege escalation means what? If we get a low level user access, then we try to upgrade to admin. Okay, because let's assume we let's assume this is the Windows system. Okay, and we have entered in the system. We have hacked that system. But hacked by user as a user. Okay, let's assume user is John. Okay, we hacked as a John, but John is just a user in that window. We had John user who is the user of window. This window. There could be a lot of users there. Okay, in the window, but the admin will be only one. Okay, so to get the admin or root access of that system is called privilege escalation. Okay, this is the thing. So we are also going to discuss this in our program, how to get the admin access. Okay, so this is thing. Now, one second, let me just, okay, kernel exploits, configurations, stored passwords. Okay, sudo abuse, all these things. Okay, and there we are going to discuss about all this. Post exploitation. After exploiting the system, what we can do. Okay, once the access is gained, we want to maintain the access. This is called persistence. Persistence means what? Persistence means we create a backdoor system so that we don't have to repeat all that steps. We don't have to repeat all these things again and again to get into the system. So we try to just create or just keep a backdoor in that system so that we can do the backdoor entry. We can enter through backdoor. Data extraction, obviously, setting persistence, lateral movement. Lateral movement means just when you have entered one of the users in the network, so you can go all other devices. Also, you can exploit all other devices by using that user who is in the one network. So you can just exploit all other the users in that network. That is called lateral movement. Lateral movement means just move around the network. Okay, go deep into the network. Okay. So now, step six, last is just reporting. Okay, so you have to document everything what you have just seen, what you have seen, the vulnerabilities, the screenshot. This is the vulnerability, and then attack step. How attacker can, because you're not going to attack. You're just reporting the company, reporting the your TLN, whatever. Okay, whoever you want to report, your senior, obviously your senior, you'll just report them. Or this is the attack steps that an attacker can do. So just please keep in mind. So you'll now creating report. Now with recommendation, you recommend your senior that why this means this error could be fixed, this vulnerability could be fixed. Okay, this is what companies expect from a professional ethical hacker. Got it? So this is the thing. So here we'll do the Hydra brute forcing. Okay. So let's do it. Guys, are you ready? Okay. I hope you're ready now. Okay. So let's do that. So let me just go. This is my Kali virtual machine. Now you can see this. This is my Kali virtual machine. Are you able to see this? Okay. So now here, what is important is what we are going to do is we are going to perform brute forcing. Okay. By using Hydra tool. Hydra is a tool which is used to do the brute forcing. Forcing means hit and run. It will try all the possible things, possible combinations to create a password. Okay. Let's assume I have created a new user. Let's assume admin 123. Okay, this is the user. Let's assume this is a new user we are going to create. Okay, here hit enter. Now I have set the password. Now new password is, let's assume I'll admin. The password is admin. Okay, enter admin. Okay, hit enter, enter, enter. Yes. Now new user is created. New user is created. Now if new user is created, that means if you want to take this if you want to take the SSH access of this user. Okay, now how you can do this? Let's assume if you want the access, but what you have to know before, you have to know the IP. What is IP? This is my IP. This is the IP of my DS device. Okay, this is the IP. So to get the SSH, and then the name was admin 123. Okay, then at the rate 192.168.56.102. I think this is, or 103. Let me just confirm it. 103. Okay, 103. So now when I hit enter, it will ask for the password. Sorry, 103. Okay. Now it is asking for password, but here we don't know the password. Okay. So our task is to crack that passwords. Okay. We will crack that password and use here to get the access of this via SSH. Okay. So now we'll use Hydra. Okay. Now FNL. If you know the username, then you'll use small l. Okay. If you know the username, so you'll use small l. If you don't know, if you are providing the list of users in a file, so you'll use capital L. Okay, this is the thing. Now in this case, we know the username. Okay, admin 12123. Okay, got it. So now 123, our username is provided. So now password. So tell me guys, we'll use small p or capital P. Obviously, we'll try to, we are going to try brute forcing here. Okay. So we'll provide the list of the password. Okay. So we are not going to use small p because we are providing here the password list. Okay. So this is the thing. Now, after that, word list is there. Okay. So my folder of all list. One second. Okay, I'm providing the list. Where my list is situated? My list is placed list under rockq.txt. In rockq, there are 14 million combinations of password, which is going to used by a dryer to crack this user's password. Okay, it will try one by one with all the combinations here. Okay, so now SSH. Now the service we are going to do. Like even you could use FTP, but here this is the SS server is SS service we are going to get. Okay, now SSH, and what is the IP? 58.56.103. Is this? Yes, this is. So now that's it for now. So now when I'll hit enter, it will check all the possible combinations of rockq.txt with its username. Okay, it will check the password. It's okay. So now can we hit enter? So now let's see. Checking, it is checking attempts with there. It is performing the brute forcing. You can see there are 40 million combinations. It's fine. Okay, and it tries for task. Okay, let's see. It's performing. It may take some time. There is some error. Yeah, admin 123, this is correct. Okay, let me just say it. IP address is correct. 168.26.103. Okay. Yeah, it's correct. Okay, so now it's performing now. Let's see. It's performing. It is doing its work. Zero byte password found. Why so? Second. One second. Let's create a password. Now I have another user also, don't worry. So I have other, let's Ravi, okay? Is it pinging with Google or not? Let me see. Ping, yeah. One second, let me check. Problem is, oh, hello guys. Actually, it is taking time, so it will take a lot of time, okay? Because there was some issue. That's why I run this command, which here you can see. I I run this command with some flags. Okay, so actually it is very slow. It may take a lot of time. Okay, so what we can do is let's create another user and with the password. Simple. Let's assume where is the what is the password is let's say 12345. Okay, we'll keep it password simple. Sudo add user resume test one. Okay, so test one password 12345. Okay, hit enter 12345. Okay, okay, is it correct or not? It's still doing. So let's try here. Okay, we'll try this command here. Okay, don't worry. But okay, so here test one. Yep. Now hit enter. Okay. It's taking time. It is, from 14 million out of 14 million, it is now it has just reached only 139. Okay. So now you can see here, it checked with first that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At the second number of index, it just got its password. Okay. This is our password. Now we have cracked it. This is Hydra brute forcing. Okay. It is still doing okay. That's why I prefer to get other user. Okay. So it has got around 14 million combinations. Okay. So now here I'll try to get the access. So now what is the name? SSH test one. Okay. Test one. We have successfully cracked password 168 dot 56.103. Okay. Then what is the password for test one? This is the password. You can see it has, you can see 2 attempts, and after second attempt, see 22 port number, SSH service, and the host is this, and login username is test1, and the password is 12345. Okay, so here one 12345, hit enter. You can see. Can you see this? Now you have taken the access. You can see the name is test1. Now if you, who am I? It will say test1. Okay. IPA, you can see this is the IP of that where the service is enabled. Okay. Even no file we have created in that user. So that's why. So you can see. Okay. So this is the thing how we perform the. Okay. So this is thing how we perform brute forcing. This is the actual thing. Okay. You can also create your set of password. Okay. And directly check with that. Okay. So this is simple way. This is the command, and I have just enabled some. Just I put uh, flags because there was some error in my service. That's why you can see I have put some. I have added some flags. Okay, we'll discuss in the later on classes. So this is the thing. Okay, how we actually perform the brute forcing. Okay, this is thing. Now it shows attempts. Obviously, you can see there are lots of attempts. It is showing us. Okay, that this attempt, it is still tempting. Okay, we can see attempt. Okay, let's pause it. Okay, terminate it. Now cracked password with obviously 12345 for our in our case. Okay, so now it demonstrates the weak password vulnerability. How you can crack the weak password. More still, some people keep password simple so that they can remember it. Okay, that's why brute forcing is always going to work. Okay, even it may take time, obviously, I can understand, but it will definitely going to work. The password is correct, then okay. Then what could be defenses against this brute force? Obviously, where you as an ethical hacker, you must know what is your responsibility to protect. Obviously, keep the password strong. Okay, multi-factor authentication must be there. Account lookout policy. Okay, keep changing the password also. Fail to ban to block repeated attempts. Okay, you can also use fail to ban. Let's assume if anyone tried to uh, attempt more than 5 times, 10 times, to just block that user. Okay, block that service instantly. This is thing. You can disable password logging. Use SSH keys. Okay. Now monitor logs. Keep monitoring the logs. Then there are lots of tools like SIEM. Okay. Now change default ports. Okay, you can also run the port. By default, the port for SSH is 22, but you just use other ports also. These practices obviously stops brute forcing effectively. Okay, so just remember that this is going to be very important as an ethical hacker. Okay, now in our upcoming modules, what you're going to learn is Linux, obviously, networking, web pen testing, cloud secure. Okay, so now your journey to ethical hacking starts now. You can choose our ethical hacking program course, which will help you to compete with this world. and to upskill your skills. Okay, it will help you to upskill you. So yeah, I hope you understood the scenario today, but code forcing. Okay, using Hydra tool. So yeah, thank you. I hope you understood well. Thank you.